Well, according to the Daily Mail, a West Australian Senator, Sue Lines, who is also Deputy President of the Senate, has been slammed for labelling Australia Day a celebration of white supremacy, and that today is part of a modern racist political agenda against Indigenous Australians. Australia Day celebrates white supremacy and the legacy of colonisation that is directly linked to the various ways we continue to fail First Nations people, the senator wrote on her Facebook page. It's wrapped up in modern racist policies like the cashless debit card, with deaths in custody and our failure to close the gap. Well, joining me here on Australia Day, I'm delighted to say, is One Nation's Senator Pauline Hanson. Pauline, it's great to see you. Looking great there. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very well, thank you, Rowan, and happy Australia Day to every other Australian who's listening to your program. Yes.
Well, we've got a beautiful Australian sunset behind there for you, Pauline.
Yes.
It's fantastic, and it's a real one. There you go. Pauline, I know it's an obvious comment to make,
Definitely.
but the name of your party, which you founded all those years ago, is, of course, One Nation. Interestingly, only a couple of weeks ago, Scott Morrison changed the national anthem so that we went from being a young nation to being one nation. You must have been tickled pink. How good is that?
Absolutely delighted in it. You see, I've always been ahead of the Liberal and the Labor Party in my policies, and I can see, I've got a vision for the future. They actually only make up policies for their short term in Parliament while their term there, and they don't look at the vision for the future. One Nation was about pulling us together as a nation of people, all those migrants that have come here, past and present, that are here, with their younger generations coming through, the Aboriginals, the Torres Strait Islanders, those people that are here. And I think that's why I called it One Nation. That's how I see our country should be.
Well, Sue Lines claims that we are not one nation. We are, in fact, I don't know, hundreds. She won't tell us. But today, she says, is a celebration of white supremacy. There are plenty of Indigenous Australians I know who have been out celebrating today. Are they all white supremacists?
It frustrates me to no end. I've got no time for Sue Lines, actually, and her statement today makes it my reason why I don't like the woman and what she stands for. These are the people that are causing problems and the division in our nation. If she thinks it's white supremacy, she's white, give up your seat. You hand over your seat to an Aboriginal then. No problem.
Absolutely.
You give up your job.
Exactly.
Give up your job. If you think it's white supremacy, you're white, give up your seat. And all these other people who are out there complaining about white supremacy. If it wasn't for the fact that Captain Cook landed, found this country, and the English came out here, colonisation, I'm telling you, it wouldn't be the country that it is now. And you wouldn't have the... Look, Rowan, I acknowledge that what has happened in the past has happened in the past, and it shouldn't be dragged out every year. What message are we sending to those people that have come here? Most Australians or new Australians take their citizenship on this day. It is an honour, it is a privilege to them to become Australians, and all we see is a divisive nation. Also, another thing, up to 50,000 people actually protested across the nation. We've got that is less than 2% of the populace. The rest of the populace are actually celebrating what this means to them to be Australian. And then we have those people, less than 2%, and when you have the Aboriginal numbers are around about 750,000, it doesn't add up to me. And a lot of Aboriginal elders said to me they don't recognise the Aboriginal flag, they don't stand by this division that is happening. So they haven't got these people on board. They said they are grateful for the position they are in today. It would never have been if it wasn't for the English. So I see those people out there, the brain dead, the morons who go to these protest rallies, takes their young children to the protest. You know, you're stupid because you have no understanding what you're actually talking about. You're being brainwashed in the educational system. You have no understanding. You're actually
I agree
divisive,
with you. I absolutely agree with you
with
you on that, Pauline. And the education is pathetic, and you can see these poor kids are being brainwashed. on so many things. Pauline, I want to ask you something else. We're halfway through week one of Joe Biden's presidency, and China has already authorised its Coast Guard to fire on other vessels. It's flown over 20 military aircraft towards Taiwan. It's let its troops get into another melee on the frontier with India, and it's caused an upset with Thailand and other downstream nations by holding back water from the Mekong Delta in Chinese dams, with rivers dropping by up to a metre. With a weak left-wing president fumbling around with his teleprompters in the basement of the White House, is China now off the leash and testing the West?
I totally agree with you. I think they are. And the whole fact is that Trump, although people say he's over the top, he didn't know what he did a lot for America. And the fact is that Biden has lost it. He shouldn't be in there. But the fact is that he is president of America, and China will take advantage of that because Biden hasn't got the backbone to actually stand up for China like Trump did. And Trump put China on notice. Now, because of China's reaction to the rest of the world and these other countries, I tell you what, they've now made their stance in how they're going to treat the rest of the world, because America, although I believe that they were the backbone of the world to actually keep them in tow, and now with Biden there, I don't think we have that true leadership to actually say to keep that peace throughout the world. Who knows what's going to happen with it? And I don't think Morrison or I hope the new trade minister can actually deal with China, because I don't think Morrison has got the guts to actually take it up to China and will kowtow to China. I hope he stands his ground. We need to actually stand our ground against China, but we won't have the backing of the US now. We won't have the backing of Biden as well.
And on with Biden was obviously the climate change president. What's this going to mean for Australia? Do you worry that the Liberal Party are really just too terrified to tackle climate change, that they're just going to go along with what the globalists all want? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we are small fish in a big pond. So Australia, and it doesn't matter whether it's Morrison or whoever's in charge of it, whether it's the Labor Party, I think that they will kowtow with the rest of the world because they don't want to be on the outer. And the whole fact is, if whatever America does, I believe that Morrison will do the same. Paris Agreement is not good for us. It's not going to assist us. And I don't think Morrison has got the guts to actually stand up to it and stand up for Australia. So I think that he will cave in, and because the push from the left, those people have got their own agenda, and it's going to be detrimental to our industries, manufacturing jobs in Australia, the cost of living, the rising cost of electricity, which will destroy industries and manufacturing. I can see Australia going through hard times in the years to come.
Yes, I'm afraid I agree with you on that, Pauline. Pauline Hanson, thanks so much for joining us from your beautiful electorate there and your beautiful backdrop there. Have a terrific rest of Australia Day, and we'll speak soon. Thanks, Pauline.
Thank you. Thanks, Rowan. Bye.
See you. Bye.